Hello, in this video we are going to cover setting up a WebGL project. It's going to be really simple, just setting up the WebGL context. So what you want to do is make sure you got a folder. I already did this in the setting up a server video, and if there's no files in there, that's fine, we'll be creating them anyway. There's this really simple index.html that literally has the word hello, has no doc type, nothing, so we'll be replacing all of that. So open up your favorite text editor. I'm using Sublime Text. That is my text editor of choice. It's one I recommend. It is free, and yeah, so this is the one I recommend. If you have another one, feel free to use that. So it's gonna open up the entire folder on the desktop because we'll be creating other files as well. So let's create the other files that we need. So we need a file for some CSS. I'm going to call this index of CSS. We need a file for JavaScript, and if you can guess what I'm going to call it, index.js. Okay, so let me just hold this a second, and now let's add some HTML. So what we're going to do is add a doc type. This is just basic HTML stuff. Now we're going to add the HTML tags. I'm just going to put this is optional, but I'm putting it in for English. And next, I'm going to create the head tags. And in here, I'm going to have a meta tag for the character set. So char set equals UTF-8, just a standard character set. Feel free to use a different one if you really want to. And I close these tags off like this. It's not necessary, but I think this is a good habit to get into, especially if you ever do something like XML or XHTML. Next, I'm going to put a title, not title, and this is going to be WebGL. Next, I'm going to link the CSS file that we've created. To do that, we just put rel, which is the relationship, and the relationship is going to be style sheet, and we're going to put a href, which is literally going to be the file path. Because it's in the same folder, we just put index of CSS. If it's in a different folder, you just put a different, the directory accordingly, and then the name. And the type is text/CSS. And now, what do we want to do? And we're done with the head. We're going to create the body now. So body. And here, first of all, we're going to create a canvas, which is where all our WebGL will be rendered to. It's going to have an ID of GL canvas. We're going to put a width, and you feel free to size this however you want. You can make it fill the whole screen. I'm going to make it fill 640 by 480, but again, this is very customizable. And now, next we just want to put the script tag, and this literally, all this is going to do is link to the index.js. So index.js. And yeah, so we've done that. I've got the web browser open here, and if we inspect it, we shouldn't get any errors. Let me close this part down. No errors, so that's good so far. Next, what we want to do is actually add the CSS code. The CSS code is going to be really simple. Let's modify the canvas. So we have a border, and I'm just going to put 2 pixel border, and it's going to be black. And we're also going to put a background color, which is also going to be black, just so we can see, in relation to the rest of the DOM. And that's it. So if I open up the browser again, there we go. So that is our canvas. And now what we need to do is put some JavaScript code. And so this is where a lot of the meat of our application will reside for WebGL. So it's going to call the function main this isn't something built in, this is what we're going to create, but we want it to be initializing our code straight away. So function main const canvas equals document dot query selector, and what we're going to do is select it based on the ID and based on the canvas. So whatever you named, I can close the CSS file there. Whatever you named the canvas here, make sure you use that when referencing the canvas here. And next, what we're going to do is initialize the GL the context. So we do const GL equals canvas. So this is getting this canvas that we got from before. So that literally just gets, that element essentially. Dot get context, and the context we want to get is WebGL. Next, we want to only continue if WebGL is available and working. So to do that, we're just going to say if not GL, so that means it is not working for some reason, and we're going to put an alert. You can handle it in a different way if you want to. I'm going to put unable to set up WebGL. Your browser or computer may not support it. And return semicolon. And okay, so that'll be returned if it's not working. I'm gonna put a bunch of empty lines here. So this is not compulsory, just so it's easy to scroll and easier for you to see. I'm gonna put gl.clear color, and we're gonna clear the color to 0.0, 0.0, and 0.0, and the alpha, the opacity is gonna be 1. Okay, so this just sets the color to black and is fully opaque. And next, what we're going to do is gl.clear, and this is basically just going to clear it from the buffer. So gl.color underscore buffer underscore bit. And now if we save that and if we rerun, nothing changed, but we get no errors. It is all linked up. Go to sources, index, it's right there. Otherwise, we would have got an error if there was a problem. And I want you to try and simulate simulate not having WebGL. You can actually disable it in the settings. That's basically what I want you to try and simulate. That's it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.